Supposed to answer something about stream winning. Remember last week you told me, right? So this is the time I'm going to talk a bit about stream winning. Now, in Buddhist practice, the purpose of being a Buddhist is to reach the path, the Eightfold Path in this life. Okay? The path has 4 stages. Stream winning, once returning, non-returning, Arahat. Okay, Arahat is just like the Buddha. Okay, stream winning, the path is said to be like a stream. Okay, the stream flows, but the stream is the world. Okay, there's a boat there. You go to the boat, but the boat goes upstream to an ancient city. That's Nirvana. Okay, stream winning means you take the first step on the path. You are out of suffering of this world. You are sure of overcoming, freeing your suffering in this life itself. Okay? That means you will not be reborn in the lower worlds, animal world, preta world, what they call the asura world, hell beings. Okay? You'll be reborn among humans or higher. And wherever you go, you will be able to practice the Dharma. Right? So that is called a stream winner. Stream winner, because you have won, you have reached the stream, the first step of the path. Okay, imagine first step, really stepping on the Eightfold Path. Now, stream winner and once returner, lay people can become this. Okay, you don't need deep meditation. The other 2 stages are higher. You need deep meditation. Like, see, in the case of Uttara, she probably has done deep meditation, either this life or last life. She doesn't have worldly desires anymore. So she became a non-returner. That means one more life, Arahat, like the Buddha already. But what's important to us? Like, the question we must ask is, as a Buddhist, what must I do? What is my purpose of being a Buddhist right here and now? The answer is to be a stream winner. Of course, we say, what does it mean, right? That's very important to us. It means we should overcome 3, what are called fetters. These are 3 things that hold us back in the world, that make us suffer. Now, the traditional names are, number 1 is Sila, number 1 is Sakka Ditti, self-identity view. This means we think that there's something permanent inside our body. And there are some people who believe, there's something eternal. Maybe it's my mind or my consciousness, usually consciousness. But the Buddha said everything changes, right? So if you do not have this kind of belief, then you can safely say you have broken, you don't have that fetter, you don't have that something that holds you back. But there is a more difficult part of this first fetter. In modern psychology, we call this fetter narcissism. I don't know whether you heard of this term. Narcissism means I first, everything me, I, me, mine. We think of ourselves, we're very selfish. Okay. So if you are very selfish, you think of yourself, and you think there's something permanent about yourself, you will get stuck in suffering. You will not be able to get out of it. So this is the first thing we must overcome. Okay, that there is nothing permanent in this body or mind. So quite simple, isn't it? Number 2 is doubt. Doubt. Doubt means not sure of this, not sure of that. Whatever you don't know anything about Buddhism, always doubting, right? It's not going to be very helpful, right? So how to overcome doubt? You have to study the suttas. You have to study the Dhamma. Then you might say, wow, the Dhamma has so many things to study. Well, the Buddha has given us a record, or rather the Buddha's disciples have recorded his teachings for 45 years, a lot of teachings. Even then we don't get everything, we're only getting a fraction of 45 years. 45 years records is a lot of things, Even the Tipitaka, I don't think records all the 45 years. But it's enough for us to know what the Buddha really taught. All you need to understand that the Buddha teaches you is that everything is impermanent. Remember this, now. If you forget everything tonight, everything is impermanent. This is the sentence you must remember. Next thing, you must find out, what does this mean? Is it true or not? By the time we come next time, I want you to find out, is it true or not? I can guarantee you, the Buddha guarantees you, you cannot prove this false. Even if you say, I believe it, no need to prove, you are still right. You can say, I don't believe in God, but you cannot say, I don't believe in impermanence. Right? Impermanence is so natural, so real. Or you can investigate, you can find out, use science, use Buddhism, impermanence is true. So you go on studying, reflecting on impermanence, you will know Buddhism better and better. Your doubts will be cleared, okay? The third one is called attachment to rituals and vows. Notice the word, the attachment to rituals and vows. It doesn't say rituals and vows alone, it says attachment to rituals and vows. That means, in one word, it means superstition. Superstition means our problem begins inside us. We try to find solution outside of us. That is superstition. For example, some people say, you carry a rabbit's foot, you'll be lucky, Poor, but not lucky for the rabbit, right? Or there is this girl who didn't study. She goes to the monk and says, please bless me so that I pass my exam. And the monk obliged, bless. She goes for exam and she fails. She comes back and scolds the monk and says, your blessing not effective. That's superstition. Because you think, if you can sprinkle water past and say, wow, that's wonderful, you get a lot of high level, high class, high qualification Buddhists, no need to study. That's going to cause problems for our education system, by the way. Right? So superstition means our problems start inside us and we think the answer, the solution is outside. It's superstitious. The problems start in our mind. We must deal with the mind. Okay? You can perform rituals, you can make vows and say, I vow to save all beings, before I enter Nirvana, I want to save all beings. This is not possible, Number one, you're not awakened yet, you're not in Nirvana yet, okay? Number two, it is impossible to save all beings because there were many beings in the past who already died, and there are many more beings in the future who will be born. So this vow doesn't make sense. Sometimes we say things without understanding of the meaning, see? And the worst part is we don't do anything about it. We just say it and then we feel very big about it. The real thing is we just need to be nice to our parents, be kind to our neighbors, someone sitting beside us in the bus. That's all. We start being kinder. No need to take big vows. Right? So if you get caught up with vows, then you have this idea, wow, I've taken so many vows. Even precepts, right? We all take 5 precepts, right? Somebody comes along and says, how many precepts you keep? I say, I keep 5 precepts. And he said, I keep 8 precepts, And the one says, I keep 10 precepts. And they start quarreling, It's silly, isn't it? That's not the way it is. So, in other words, you have to overcome this attachment to rituals and vows. Number one, understand whatever you do, what is the meaning of it? Bowing down 3 times is a ritual, right? But we know why. First time we bow to the Buddha, second time to the Dharma, third time to the Sangha. So we picture, we reflect. and so on. Okay, so understand the meaning of what you do, and the meaning gives you purpose in life. Then you're not superstitious. Okay, so there you are. Overcome self-identity view, overcome doubt, overcome superstition. You're on the way to stream winning. All right? In this life itself. The Buddha says you will gain stream winning in this life for sure. If not, at the moment of passing away, you will reach the path. This is only first step. I'm not saying we become Buddha or anything like that. It's just first step. You will not be reborn in suffering states. So the question arose, okay, there are, say you're reborn in the heavens are very happy, sensual places, and a lot of sensual pleasures, right? Okay, so what's the question here exactly?
Okay, there are two parts.
Mm-hmm.
One part is that the person who is a stream winner, he attains a heavenly rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, does he need an aspiration to be there? Or as I was saying the other day, are we something like on the escalator and just go along?
Okay.
Or when the time comes, the escalator comes down. So that is the issue.
Yeah.
All because of your good merits.
Yes.
You born in the heavenly plane, and then you come down again,
Yes.
and you can be reborn in 7 times on earth as a human and as a heavenly being.
You're talking about as a stream winner, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Only difference is, as heavenly being, we spend more time to come back again for the next
You
life.
don't worry about time. In Buddha's time, well, time is relative. They're aware of relativity of time. All the answers are actually in what you stated. Okay. Remember, a lot of things depend on how we act. A stream winner can also be lazy and then just kind of do good and that's all, nothing more. No? So they will live for but even then 7 lives. But remember, 7 lives, what kind of life? Okay, human life, let's say if you're in good health, you live 100 years, 120 years, I think the latest 160 years possible, maybe. Ananda lived for 160. But if you are reborn in the highest, say in Tawatingsa, that is Tingkong 7, the Lord Sakka, that's a few million years, earth years, got a long time. And you go higher still, the Brahma world, there's many world cycles. And the highest of the 31 planes, that is it's got a very long name, the realm of neither perception or non-perception, very, very high level, 84,000 world cycle. Not years, world cycle. That means, one world cycle is a very, very long time, millions and millions of years. So can you imagine 7 lifetime, how long it is? I've asked a few monks, I said, 7, is it, what does it mean? None of them say it's exactly a number 7. It just means a few lifetime, but then you are not certain, that each life is how long, depending which heaven you're reborn into. But of course, all those lives will be very happy, you'll be good, you'll never consciously break a precept, you'll be very concerned, So basically, you will never do bad things that will make you fall into the lower planes, all right? So, Sakka is, I say is because right now he is a stream winner, he still exists, so he's about 2,500 years old, okay? Why? Is because in the Sakka Panha Sutta, if you read the Sutta, I think D21, I'm not mistaken, he was reborn in from the Buddha, he passed away and reborn immediately as the Buddha. So first year from the Buddha's lifetime, so about 2,500 years old. That's quite old, Earth years. But Earth years is very short, Tawatingsa years are longer. So now Sakka is a stream winner. He was a very playful god before that, and he has all these beautiful apsaras, beings. And he's the Lord of 2 worlds, 2 heavens, This is something most people do not know. He's not only Lord of the 33, the Tawa Tingsa, he is also Lord of the heaven just below that, the heaven of the 4 great kings. Remember? Chatu Maharajika. So he's Lord of both worlds. The 4 great kings are like his army, you see. Okay? So basically these 2 worlds, they are like earth, like our life. Only thing is they enjoy all this holiday mood thing, sensual pleasures on a higher level, not physical like us. It is more mental. So just think they enjoy it. Sometimes you buy food, you want to get special taste, you can never get the perfect taste, right? But in heaven, they just think, zing, they get it. Okay? So all those wonderful stories. No? I mean, you may think these are all stories. Well, some of the things that we have today, 100 years ago, they won't think it's possible. Take the aeroplane, for example. They never thought it's possible for human beings ever to go faster than the way we run. Right? Because if any machine go faster, they will leave us behind. You can imagine the logic is not very good, is it? Then they discovered that, wow, you can even get metal to fly. See? So now we have not only airplanes, we have spaceship going to outer space. Many things are possible. Right? So Sakka is this very playful god, but he's a stream winner. But after he became a stream winner, he's more restrained. Now remember, a stream winner is not an arahat. He's not even a non-returner. Okay, stream winner only breaks the first 3 fetters. He doesn't believe any idea of something permanent in his body or mind. He has no doubt about the Buddha's teaching, and he's not superstitious. He's very clever, very wise. Okay, but still a lot of sensual pleasures. All right, King Bimbisara was a stream winner. He's a king. He has wives. He has children. And then Anathapindika was a businessman, right? So we have women, men, they're all stream winners, just like you and I, basically. So we are not monks and nuns. We can get married, we can have families, provided we keep the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts are universal rules. They are not made by the Buddha, but they are recognized by the Buddha because they are universal rules. Universal meaning natural. Right? For example, rule number 1 is about life. Every religion will agree life is sacred. We must respect life. Number 2, to have life, you must have property, things to support your life. If someone steals that, then it's not fair. Your life will be affected. Your happiness will be affected. So the 2nd precept, not to steal. 3rd precept is your freedom of your body, to have control of your body, to say no to people, don't touch me, don't hurt me, right? 3rd precept. Right? That's called, if you like, freedom. Okay, respect for freedom. First one, respect for life. Respect for happiness. 3rd one, respect for freedom. The 4th one is very easy. What is the value there? Respect for what? 4th precept. Respect for truth, right? 4th precept about truth, isn't it? Not to lie. So there you are. Respect for life, respect for happiness, respect for freedom, respect for truth. The last one, not to get drunk and not to cloud up the mind. That's to keep the mind calm and clear, so that your mind can understand all these teachings and you can meditate, and you can go to the 2nd level of training. So there's no problem with these devas in heaven, is it? They can still enjoy life, but there is a limit to it. Okay. If you don't make any aspiration to be born in heaven, then your karma will just work by itself, depending on how you conduct yourself. If you keep your precepts well, you'll be born in a happy place. You'll be born with the people you love, and they also will be influenced by you. Okay. There is a sutta called the Sankarupapati Sutta, where the Buddha says that you can aspire to be born in any level that you want, the heavens, if you want. If you are a stream winner, it's possible. But if you're really wise, you will choose to be free from all rebirth. Okay, because that also takes a lot of strength. Okay, so that is a short answer. I don't know, is that satisfying enough? All right.